Hello there, my friend. So, today we've got a little bit more news relating to the upcoming Tyrant event. Today we found out what all of the returning dragons are going to be in this event, which means that now we more or less know everything that is going to be available as part of the new Tyrant event. So, of course, we've got the new Tyrant dragons, which we have gone through in their elements a few times now, but we do have quite a few returning dragons, a lot of dragons that have returned multiple times, a few that haven't been available for a couple of years, so we will go through that in a moment. We did also see yesterday that there is another new dragon called Prime Frost, and showcasing this new gorilla body type, which I can't unsee it as them just really straining for a poop, but maybe that is just me. But we've got that, which we will showcase as well. But first of all, I will note that there is a Tyrant altar, which will be very similar, I imagine, in nature to the previous altars that we had for, Divine and Ancient events. And they say that this altar is going to last from week 1 to 4. But we do also know that there are tickets with specific colours. So the question is, are these Tyrant Dragon pieces also based on the ticket type, or is it just going to be the other chest dragons that are going to be based on the chest type? We will have to wait and see for confirmation of that. If a specific chest is required to get a specific Tyrant, I can see that being a big problem, but we will find that out soon. And DML did confirm in the comments section here saying, not to worry, as all the frequently asked questions about the new Dragon Grid event will be answered in a separate post that will be published on socials this week. So that is this week that we should have more information related to that grid event, and that information could make or break this event, realistically. But at least we'll know a few days before the event starts. But anyway, going from start to finish with this, it says, meet the dragons of our first The Lost Tyrants Tyrant event. And the first ones that we've got here are Tyrant Chest Dragons for week 1. So we've got Tropic, Shadow Puff, and Yellow Crown, which are all, they've been released quite a few times before, but these are the week 1 dragons, it says. So again, this could be related to a specific ticket colour. In which case, that would mean that you'll have to get each of these dragons in a particular, or by even a particular week, which could be very difficult, especially since Tropic, for example, is a legendary. So they're expecting you to get 2 epics and a legendary in 1 week. Well, I don't think that happened very often previously, but maybe the drop chances on these are a lot higher during Tyrant events. Next up, we've got Dungeon Reward Week 1 Prana, which means this is the dragon that you'll have to get in order to give yourself boosted stats for the grid event. So if that's a duplicate for you, rest in peace, because you'll be having to grind for a duplicate Prana dragon, if that is required for the event. Next up, week 2, we've got Orange Throat, Peach, and Spinefin, which I believe Spinefin, it's been a little while since him, but again, we've got another legendary in the form of Peach. So this is the week 2 chest. Next up, we have the week 2 Dungeon Reward Dragon. Oh god, what happened to his face? Anyway, this is the dragon that was showcased in the teaser video for this event before, Sweater, which is a Christmas-themed dragon, which, maybe people will like it because it is festive-themed, but at the same time, you're going to be grinding over Christmas, so yeah, have fun with that. Instead of spending time with your family, play DML, right? That's the vibe I'm getting anyway. Week 3. We have Snow Queen, Cherry Ice, and Snow Globe for week 3, which I know a lot of people used to like the design in particular of Cherry Ice and Snow Queen, but again, if they are for particular weeks, I'm going to be very interested to find out what the drops are. And this is an interesting week 3 Dungeon Reward Dragon Yule log, because I know that a lot of people never got this dragon, myself included, and Yule log, it's got cute little love hearts on its tail or back, well, back leading into the tail anyway. So maybe week 3 will be the primary dungeon grinding week for everyone. If you're going to pick a dungeon week, I imagine most people would pick week 3. Whether that ends up being burnout week or not, well, guess we'll find out, right? Then we've got the week 4 dragons. So what is it with these image files where the dragon's face is just completely, they turn into like Paper Mario. There we go, there's a better screenshot. But this is week 4, we've got Laser Hammer, Tundra, and Earth Spirit. So we will see what we get out of those, and then the week 4 dungeon dragon is Lauhu, which I believe was available earlier this year, so it's kind of weird that he's come back so quickly, but you know, a dragon that people liked on release, so maybe they'll like him. And then it showcases the premium milestone rewards for weeks 1 to 4. We've got Snowman, Black Hole, Blackberry, Apocalypse, don't know why, and Arcane. So premium milestone would infer that that is the actual paid section, which, if that is the paid section, why the heck have they thrown Apocalypse in there? Because it's available in the dungeon. That would be... I don't agree with that one, to be honest with you. That's very strange to include him in there. But those are the premium milestone rewards they have stated for weeks 1 to 4. And then, of course, from the beginning, we have the Tyrant Altar, which offers these dragons as the available Tyrant Altar dragons. And as expected, the grand reward, or collection reward for this event, is Tyrannos, which is the Tyrant legendary and light dragon. Arguably one of the worst dragons from this event because of that legendary element. But, to be fair, we haven't seen their stats yet, and people are still really holding out for a buff to the legendary element. I don't know how likely that is at this point, considering the event is going to be out next week. It's not very far away now, it's less than a week away, and they have not said anything about buffing the legendary element. So if there is no buff to legendary, and the ultimate reward dragon is in fact a Tyrant legendary, I think a lot of people are going to be severely disappointed with this event. But that's just in terms of the main collection reward dragon. Of course, we've got those other Tyrants here, which people might want to pick up, like the Energy Light Dragon, which I believe was Orin Lumen. But, yeah, I don't know about that. Either way, we know that Armored Phasm is going to be coming out week 1, because in this video here, they showcased the new body type, the Gorilla body type, which showed us the Simian body type with Heinrich. Then you'll meet them first among the Tyrants, because that is going to be the Tyrant dragon that is coming first. Phasm. So, it says you'll meet them first among the Tyrants, arriving next week is Phasm. But, in the other screenshot, it says that they're available weeks 1 to 4. So, why would Phasm be arriving first out of all of these? Does it mean that these dragons are going to be available like Phasm week 1? Demonia will become available from week 2 onwards? Prism will become available from week 3 onwards, possibly? Which doesn't really seem to have... It doesn't really make much sense unless the tickets are specifically locked to a specific dragon. I don't know what to make of that. It sounds bad from the sounds of that, but again, we'll get the confirmation this week, hopefully, of what this really means in terms of the event progress. But just be aware that it is Phasm that is coming next week, and it's got that new body type. So if you do want to get it, it will be from next week onwards. But that is most of the new news. I know that a lot of people have been trying to get more answers and information out of the DML team, but I would say probably wait for their updated Dragon Grid event video, and we'll probably know a lot more then. I'm still not feeling too great about this, especially considering we've not heard anything about the legendary element then, or yet. But maybe it's a godsend, because if Tyrannos is actually not a very good dragon, then there is no need to play the event. Big brain game loft. Make the event not that interesting, so then people don't worry about it. That's a 5-head take. Anyway, I will update you when they get more information, and obviously I'll give you my thoughts from a player perspective of how I think this will play out. But there's still a lot of unknowns. At least we know who's coming. We know who to expect now in terms of the other chest dragons, the other dungeon dragons. So you'll feel free to know which weeks are useless to you, I guess, at the same time, which is great. Or which weeks you'll really want to grind, like potentially for this Yule log week. But at least we'll know that in advance. We just don't know what dungeon rotations we're going to have for those weeks. So I guess for now, best of luck. I hope that the dungeon week that you desire falls on the week or weeks that you plan to grind. Good luck.